For these to go around, so they'll be in the back if you want to get some pamphlets. His hand went kind of maybe. So today we want to welcome a couple people, but before we do, I want to thank a couple people. One isn't here. Is Christina here? So I always like to, when I can, explain how these things come about. I was talking to Christina. She's a class member here in the office one day, and she talked about taking former students or students she has now, I'm not sure, to the planetarium. And I said, planetarium, what's that? So she told me about it, and I Googled it and tried to contact them without any luck, unfortunately. I guess they're busy people. And then I want to thank Ramona here, because we had a speaker here one time, and she asked the speaker a question, and I thought, oh, that relates to the planetarium. Maybe she knows something. So I went over to her and I said, I've been trying to get a hold of them. She goes on her phone, blah, 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 and then we had the connection right then and there. So thanks to Christina and Ramona for helping us with this. We have two speakers today. The way it's going to go first is that Lisa Goodman, who I'll introduce first, is going to do a short presentation on the planetarium, and then we'll have a Q&A a little earlier than usual. And then Dr. Kerr, is it Kerr or Carr? Kerr. Dr. Kerr will do his presentation, and then right before the break, we'll do a Q&A, and then he'll continue after the break, and we'll have another Q&A. And we'll rotate the Q&As like we've done in the past few weeks. So Dr. Andrew Kerr is the manager at the Dale Etheridge Planetarium at the College of Southern Nevada, CSN, which is not at CSN, which I'm sure they'll explain. It's at a different location. He received his PhD in astrophysics from the University of Missouri and went into teaching at a small college in Ohio. He says on his bio, he inherited the planetarium there, and it rapidly became the best part of his day. He came to Las Vegas in 2014 to be only the second manager in the history of the planetarium at CSN. Lisa Goodman is the Educational Programs Coordinator at Dale Etheridge Planetarium at the College of Southern Nevada. She's originally from Coney Island, New York. Wow. All you New Yorkers, raise your hand, please, that are here. She has been passionate about the universe and humanity's place in it ever since she was a little girl. Forever loves learning about theoretical physics, the solar system, and astrobiology, especially Saturn's moon, Titan. As an informal educator with a background in education and physical sciences from the City University of New York. Anybody go to City University? No. Oh, right there. Okay.
I know what it is.
She tries to inspire the next generation of space scientists and explorers through her work at the planetarium and with community outreach. So let's give an initial hand to Lisa Goodman.
Thank you so much for having us this morning. And Olli, thank you. All right, so I'm here to tell you a little bit more about the Dale Etheridge Planetarium and the work that we do in the community and what kind of stuff you can do if you come on down and visit us. So first, where are we located? This could be the trickiest part. So the planetarium is one of Las Vegas's hidden gems. And this is our lobby, but the tricky part is finding us. So we are located at one of CSN's main campuses. It's the original campus, CSN North Las Vegas. It is at 3200 East Cheyenne Avenue. And if you were to put it in the GPS, instead of putting in CSN and having it take you to the main entrance, where it'd be a little tricky to find us, pop in planetarium, and then it'll take you to the south parking lot. So we are in the south parking lot in building S-like space, and that's right in between the G building for the gymnasium and the O building, which is our telescope observatories.
There's a technical difficulty.
slides. So we are Southern Nevada's only public planetarium. The other one located in the state of Nevada is up at the University of Nevada, Reno. It is the Fleischmann Planetarium. And so what do we offer down here at CSN? So we are open throughout the week, all year round, and Monday through Friday, we offer field trips and private reservations every morning at both 9:30 and 11. And if you're looking for a private reservation, you could come on down with friends or family every Monday through Friday morning. And if you know of anyone interested in having a birthday party at the planetarium, we offer that as well. Usually that we would do on a Saturday morning. And we also offer a very robust public program on the weekends. On Friday and Saturday evenings, we have shows throughout the evening. We also have a 3:30 matinee for the youngest audiences on Saturday afternoon at 3:30. And our program is kind of graduated, where the 3:30 is for our youngest audiences, the 6 p.m. is geared toward upper elementary and above, and then the 7 and 8 o'clock shows are for general audiences. And we also offer telescope viewing after the 8 p.m. show on Friday and Saturday evenings, usually about 8:40, 8:45, if the skies in Las Vegas allow and the weather permits. And we try to make our public show program accessible for everybody. Tickets have remained the same price for the last decade now. Tickets are only $6 for general admission, and then we offer $5 tickets for discounted groups, including students, seniors, active military, children, and also educators. And anyone under 3 years old is free, of course. And if you stay for more than one show, all the others will be 50% off. And what do we have on campus aside from our planetarium and our observatory? We also have a very extensive museum collection of exhibits. And one of those things is our Astronaut Wall of Fame, where we have astronaut portraits dating all the way back to the Gemini, Mercury, and Apollo era. There was a gentleman by the name of Ernie Baer who collected all these signed astronaut portraits, even from Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong. We have all of those hanging up. And they sent those to Ernie, and his family was generous enough to donate them to the planetarium after he had passed. And we also have a variety of educational programs on campus throughout the year, as well as outreach programs. So most recently, we did some events with CCSD for their Super Saturday for families out at the park. We did some events for the Clark County Commissioner's Office, and we also worked with NASA most recently on their Canyons to Cosmos program, and we were out at Lake Mead and helping to train park rangers on their night sky programs and things like that. And we also have programs on campus that are special events throughout the year. In fact, coming up on April 29th, we are going to have a talk, a lecture from a presenter on the Viking Mars missions. And she is the daughter of one of the scientists who worked on those missions. Her name is Rachel Tillman, and she'll be at the planetarium April 29th. On Friday, May 2nd, we are going to have the Las Vegas Science and Technology Festival night at the planetarium, and that is a free community event. It is open to everybody. It's starting up around 3 p.m. I believe that the show times are already filled up. The registration might be closed for show times, but everyone is welcome to come on down. We're going to have telescopes outside with the Las Vegas Astronomical Society. And we're also going to have free hands-on STEM activities for little ones and families and everything like that. And another thing you might want to look out for are our summer camp programs. Each summer we have something a little bit different. Last summer we had a grant from NASA Glenn Space Center where we had students work on Stirling spacecraft engines. And the summer before that, we had some NASA speakers for our summer camp students. And if anyone here is ever interested in volunteering at the planetarium, whether it be for our special events or for our weekend public program, we have a team of volunteers called our Ambassadors of Astronomy. And two of them are here with us today. Ramona and her sister Nancy help us out throughout the year, and we're very grateful for that. So yeah, just let us know if you are interested in that. If you go to our website, csnplanetarium.square.site, you can find out more information about all of these things that we've discussed this morning. And we also have memberships available, and with the membership you would get our On Orbit magazine, which is an astronomy magazine that we publish through the planetarium each month, and you would also get a variety of free show passes and discounts at our astronomy shop. And that we've been doing recently for more community outreach. I developed a couple of workshops for the CCSD Family Engagement Office, and I've been going out to a variety of elementary schools throughout the valley dressed as astronaut Snoopy and giving a presentation that way on the Artemis program and inspiring that next generation of space explorers. And we also have some on the solar system, as well as the cosmic time machine, the James Webb Space Telescope. Here's some contact information for both myself and for Dr. Kerr and for our planetarium's general information box. And our website is right up there as well. It's csnplanetarium.square.site. And without further ado, please let me know if you have any questions about the planetarium, what we offer, anything at all like that.
Could you please show the picture of the lobby again?
Absolutely. Let's go back to that. That's a good shot. So you know you've made it when you see that. When you see that sign, you just go straight in there to the right. You're going to check in at our astronomy gift shop. That's also where we house our black hole simulator. And there's always a jar of pennies if you want to give that a spin. It's quite mesmerizing, guys. And you see that little staircase over here in this image. If you go up those stairs to the right, you're going to come upon our science department's case of museum exhibits. Down the hall to the right is our astronaut wall of fame and our space exhibits, where you can see things we've sent to outer space and things that have come to us from space, such as meteorites.
Just a few questions before we open it up for questions. I see the stairs. Are you handicapped accessible with elevator?
We are indeed. Before the stairs, there's a little vestibule with elevator that will take you right up to the second floor.
And you mentioned membership. Can you go tell us the prices for the membership?
Oh, sure. And we're also handicapped accessible inside the planetarium dome, so that's no trouble at all. And memberships start at $15 for just the on-orbit subscription, and then $25 for a membership with the magazine, plus some free shows and discounted shows. And then it goes all the way up to $2,000 for our black hole membership.
All right. Jan's section, raise your hand if you have a question for there. Anybody? Susan, anybody in this middle section? There's a question here.
Yes, sir.
Hi, My daughter has 9-year-old twins who are going to be visiting us this summer. Would you recommend the 3:30 or the 6 o'clock show?
I would recommend the 6 o'clock for 9-year-olds. Yeah, that would be ideal. And we also follow that up with a little seasonal stargazing indoor presentation so they learn about the constellations in the summertime sky.
Blaine, any question online?
No.
Linda, any questions in your section? No. Anybody going, gone? All right. Oh, there's one over there, okay.
I'd like to know, its name for Dale Etheridge, who is that?
Yes, so Dale Etheridge was our founding planetarium manager. He was the only planetarium director before Dr. Kerr, and he was recruited from the Griffith Observatory back in 1976 and opened the doors to the planetarium back in 1977. At the time, it was just the planetarium at CSN. And then after Dale Etheridge had passed away in 2019, there were talks to rename the planetarium. So we are now the Dale Etheridge Planetarium at CSN.
All right, Linda has a question right here.
Just when you finish talking about this slide, could we go back to the contact information slide?
Some people that
yes.
have their cameras out didn't get a chance.
There we go.
Okay. And while people are taking photos of that, you mentioned NASA, your connection with NASA. What impact might federal funding have to do with you in general or specifically? Have you had any issues yet?
So, yeah, to an extent, there were some concerns with our Lake Mead Canyons to Cosmos training about federal travel restrictions at the time. Luckily, that was able to still go through. It was already in progress. But programs like that could be affected in the future. And
What about the planetarium itself? Are you federally funded at all, or is it all state
no,
funded?
we are
local?
a state institution, and we are we have a self-sustained budget.
We have a question from the Zoom viewer. Do you have, Stephanie wanted to know, do you have a campus map on any of your slides?
So we don't have it on our slide, but if you go to csn.edu, there is a campus map, but it's a bit goofy. Gotta be honest, it's a bit goofy. It's rotated at an angle, and it is very difficult to navigate that particular campus map. We've been trying to get it updated to no avail so far. But yeah, if you go into the south parking lot, the one closer to the park, and you look for building S-like space, if you catch the G building, we are right beside it to the right.
Thank you.
And once again, if you go online for a map, be sure you're on the Cheyenne site, not the one on West Charleston.
Exactly. There's two other main campuses, West Charleston and Henderson.
All right, there's a question over there, Linda?
Could you quickly tell us what's covered in each of the shows, like you did for that other gentleman, for the 6 o'clock show?
Oh, yeah, so like what age groups and everything like that, because each month I will change the program to a different theme. For instance, this month the theme is stars and stellar evolution. So for our 3:30, we have a show for younger audiences 4 and above called The Little Star That Could. And it's an animated show about our average star, the sun, and its quest for planets of its own. It takes a little tour through the solar system after discussing different types of stars. We follow that with a seasonal stargazing presentation for the springtime right now. And then at 6 o'clock, we have a show geared toward upper elementary and families called Beyond the Sun. And that is all about different solar systems outside of our own and exoplanets and how one might discover exoplanets, the various methods. and like transit, radial velocity and such. And then we have our general, and that's also followed by seasonal stargazing, the 6 o'clock show. And then at 7, we have a double feature this month called Secrets of Our Sun, and a brand new show that Dr. Kerr just got called Supermassive Black Holes Uncovering the Invisible. And then we do what's called a live sky tour after the 7 o'clock show, and our interns and volunteers take the audience through someplace either in the solar system or even a nebulae tour through a variety of nebulae in different galaxies. And then at 8 o'clock this month, we have black holes. And then that is followed by telescope observations right outside the planetarium. We have a little star walk to the observatory, and we do that whenever the skies and weather permit.
So just to clarify, the 7 and 8 o'clock shows are different in content?
They are different in content, so yeah, there's 4 different programs on that Saturday, and then 3 different programs on Friday evenings.
And if you sign up for one, there's a discount on the second one. Did I hear you correctly?
You are correct, good catch. Yeah, if you sign up for one show and you hang around for others, they're all half price.
And can you let us know anything about May yet? What you got going in May, or is this what you just talked about going?
So not sure yet about May's program, but it's going to be completely different from April's. And also on Friday, May 2nd, when we're doing Sci-Fest, we are going to release a brand new show called Always Above, and that is about Space Force. And we're also going to do a little short about saving Hubble, which ties into Dr. Kerr's presentation today. And we also have a brand new show, which we'll probably release as part of our May public program called Cool Space. So we're excited about that as well.
And how does parking work there?
So parking is completely free, and in the south parking lot outside the planetarium, especially on the weekend, there's always plenty of spots available.
Do you recommend signing up online and paying? Or
If you don't mind paying the full general admission, $6, you can get your tickets ahead of time online. But we usually have availability before showtime, and you can get your discounted tickets if you do it in person at the astronomy shop.
And members get a discount as well if you...
So yes, if you're a membership at that $25 or greater level, you will be getting free complimentary tickets, and those changes depending on which membership level you have. And after you run out of your complimentary passes, you would get discounted admission throughout your membership period.
How many are ready to go? Just out of curiosity. Wow.
Woo! And on Orbit magazine every month too.
Look
So,
at that. A
yeah.
plain question?
Yeah, I have a question myself. Are you, in the future, are you planning to do some type of program on the Europa Clipper program?
Yeah, we are actually thinking about having a workshop for the Europa Clipper. I mean, I know it doesn't arrive to the Jovian system until 2030, but we did receive a kit from NASA on Europa Clipper, and we even have the Europa Globe with a variety of points on there, and it'll be exciting to put together a little workshop to get folks interested in that mission.
Jan, any questions? Any more online, Blaine?
No.
Susan, there's a question right here.
Did you make? Yes. No. Annette does. Yes, it's Annette.
How many planetariums are there in the United States? And do you share with one another your shows so that we can be educated as best we can?
Yes, that's an excellent question. So I'm not sure exactly how many there are in the US alone, but there's over 5,000 worldwide. 4,000 worldwide, thank you. And in fact, we are now in the centennial of the planetarium, celebrating 100 years since the very first planetarium projected its artificial starlight back at the Deutsche Museum in Munich, Germany. And as far as sharing content, yes, absolutely. There are some planetariums like the Fisk Planetarium in Boulder, Colorado, which puts out a variety of planetarium shows each year for educational purposes, and for free we'll share that with other planetariums around the country and around the world. ESO also puts out free planetarium shows, and we are actually working currently to create our own content and hopefully be able to do the same and share that with others for educational purposes. And also forgot to mention, once a month, we have on Mondays at 12:30 a beautiful program called Meditation Mondays. And I encourage everyone to come by if you like a little relaxation on a Monday at 12:30. That is once a month. And sometimes we'll even have sound healers and that kind of thing. And and also if you have grandchildren, we do a variety of workshops for little ones throughout the year. Sometimes we do story time under the stars. We've had the science of ice cream workshop, chromatography and rainbows, and all different kinds of things. So always keep your eyes peeled for our special events.
All right, well, we have time for one final question. Microphone's coming.
No, I have it.
Here,
David's
I understand.
not talking
No.
onto the mic.
Oh. So I understand Las Vegas is one of the worst places in the world to look through telescopes or observe the sky because we have so much light pollution. So does that? How do you deal with that when you do your after 8 p.m. show when you look at the stars?
And how do we mitigate that? Yeah, so it can be a crapshoot sometimes as far as what we're able to see here in Las Vegas. But we do our best. We have a observatory with a telescope with a 16-inch aperture. At the moment, it's under maintenance. We're going to be revamping that and mounting a brand new telescope with a 16-inch aperture sometime this spring. So that's a very powerful tool to be able to see through all that muck. And we also have a new telescope called the Unistellar Odyssey. It is a smart telescope, so if you download the Unistellar app, you can actually connect to it as a visitor and take home some beautiful astrophotography. So whatever it is pointing at will be on your phone screen to take home with you. And that telescope is kind of geared for deep sky objects. So I was actually able to pull up the Cigar galaxy, which is millions of trillions of miles away from us, on a clear night in North Las Vegas. So you never know.
And can we thank Linda for
Thank you so much.
We're going to have a transition with the podium, and then Andrew will do his presentation.